Hey, what's up? My roommate just jumped out of the bathroom like a frightened cat. Guess what? He saw a spider. Yeah, he's a total arachnophobe. It's a common problem, actually. You wanna know about even more bizarre, unbelievable phobias? Like peanut butter? Or Vin Dieselophobia? Or something that can make you be scared of your brand new iPhone 11 Pro? If so, check out this short quiz and find out if you or your friends have any of these rare phobias. Let's go! Hypnophobia is the phobia of being hypnotized. True or false? It's false. It sounds right, but you know how these long words can be deceiving. Hypnophobia is basically the fear of going to sleep. I would say the scariest part of it is going to bed. A person with sleep disorders can feel anxiety even when they just think about sleeping. Imagine someone sweating and crying each time he has to go to bed, his heart racing and his stomach doubling up. Is there anything worse than that? Tourophobia is the fear of long trips. True or false? In fact, it means the fear of cheese. Yeah, you heard me right. There are a lot of people out there who can't even be near a tiny piece of cheese. They can't enjoy even a slice of pizza, some lasagna, or a piece of delicious cheesecake. Oh man. By the way, I can't stand that blue cheese stuff, without a bit of something coming up my throat. Am I turophobic too? Philophobia is the fear of love. Is that true or false? This is true, and it's gotta be one of the saddest things ever. I mean, can you imagine what these people feel? These people with philophobia avoid becoming emotionally connected with people because it makes him or her completely terrified. It's easy to explain. What they're really afraid of is being hurt or betrayed. They don't want to lose their independence and become vulnerable. But isn't that worth all those emotions love can give you? Kinemortophobia stands for the fear of zombies. Is that true or false? It sounds like a joke, but it's true. I mean, it's cool to be scared watching a zombie movie, when you're home alone, there's a little thunderstorm outside the window. But these people freak out because of zombie cosplay and makeup, weird stiff walks, and all that kind of stuff. You might wonder where this weird word comes from. Well, it comes from the Greek, kine, that means to move, and the Latin, mort, which means dead, like mortuary. Combined together, it means the walking dead. Think about that the next time you binge watch this iconic show. Nomophobia is the phobia of being without your mobile phone. True or false? It's true! Another common phobia, right? I don't know about you guys, but I do feel uncomfortable when I unintentionally leave my phone at home. I mean, I can't pay, I can't text my friends, or I can't even tell the time. And imagine what my mom would do if I didn't answer her call for like 4 hours. Apocalypse! Paleidophobia means the fear of bald people. True or false? Too true and too weird. They can't even look at bald people. So if you got this one, then bye-bye Fast and Furious, bye-bye Varys, bye-bye X-Men. Because of the bald guys. Actually, these poor guys aren't just afraid of seeing bald people. They're afraid of becoming bald people too. Well, I can get that. Trypophobia is the fear of iPhones. True or false? Technically, it's the phobia of small, closely packed holes. Are you surprised to find out that it does have something to do with iPhones, though? Specifically, the iPhone 11 Pro. So what's there to freak out about, except the price tag? It's all about the way the 3 camera holes look. If a person's trypophobic, then these ominously gleaming dark holes can cause anxiety and even panic attacks. Whew. At least it can save them some money. Dapnophobia is the fear of going to dinner parties. True or false?
Hey! Hey!
It's true. So how does it work? Is it like, what's that, a fancily arranged table? Oh no, I'm so scared. No, actually this phobia isn't about eating dinner, but it's about having dinner conversations. Like you think people would blame you or criticize you for saying something stupid. Whoever suffers from dapnophobia feels trapped when they have to talk to people, at mealtimes. These people tend to eat and spend most of their time alone. Not a good thing at all. Arachibootyrophobia is the phobia of spiders' butts. True or false? Yeah, it's false. It's actually the phobia of peanut butter getting stuck to the roof of your mouth. You might be like, come on, what kind of weirdo would be afraid of that smooth, creamy peanut butter, right? Actually, this phobia can probably come from a fear of choking, or even a peanut allergy. Like if a person had one traumatic choking experience, they might avoid eating peanut butter at all, just to be safe. Cacorophiophobia is the fear of parrots. True or false? Wrong. This is about a fear I personally feel quite often. Well, probably not only me. Cacorophiophobia is an abnormal fear of failure. Well, all my schoolmates say that sounds pretty familiar to them. All of us feel pressure from our parents, our teachers, friends, bosses, whatever. Some people just can't even start doing anything at all. It just makes them panic just thinking of failure. Ugh, that's awful. Hey, you want to know my little secret? Parrots freak me right out. I just hate those nasty little demons. Ugh. So, which phobia do you have? Tell me in the comments. David's been a detective for more than 20 years. The local paper wanted to interview him. The reporter asked the detective to prepare some stories. The weirdest and wildest criminal cases he could think of. David chose cases that readers could solve on their own. He's sure these detective riddles will help the readers boost their brain power and improve their analytical skills. Besides, he knows for sure that solving detective cases increases your IQ. His went up by 20%. Are you ready to solve these short detective riddles? Let's start right away. The CEO. The CEO of a small company came into work early. Bad news. He'd been robbed. Someone had found the key to the safe. Everything was gone. The CEO immediately called the police. He told them that 2 of his employees, John and Ted, used the company truck. The truck keys and the safe key are on the same keychain, but they always return the keys. Anyway, the CEO always locks his office. The employees have never even been in there. The detective talked to John and Ted when they got to work. He asked them both the same simple question. Someone broke into the company safe yesterday. Do you know anything about it? Ted said that the CEO always locks his office. Sometimes the CEO gives Ted a bunch of keys, but he wouldn't break into the safe. John claimed he would never make a copy of the safe key. He wouldn't even know which key to copy. The detective suddenly realized who the thief was. Who's the thief? You have 10 seconds to catch him. It's John. The detective said the safe was broken into, but he didn't say how. How did John know the safe was open with a copied key? Guilty, sir. New home hustle. A young family moved into a new home and hired workers to make repairs. After the first day, someone stole all the money from the family safe. They called the detective, who questioned the workers. The painter said he was laying tiles in the bathroom. The electrician said he was installing sockets in the kitchen. The designer? He was taking measurements of the premises. Who stole the money? Your 12 seconds starts now. Obviously, it was the painter. Have you ever seen painters lay tiles? I haven't. He's not who he claims to be. Go Eco. A detective saw his neighbor getting attacked, so, of course, he chased the criminal. At some point, he noticed that the criminal ran into a coffee shop near the apartment building. There were 6 people in the coffee shop. The detective looked around and identified the criminal right away. Who attacked the detective's neighbor? I'll give you 12 seconds to find him. I'm sure you'll spot him right away. Look, it's an eco-friendly coffee shop. Customers have to bring in their own mugs. That's pretty cool, right? The others have glass or ceramic mugs. But the criminal, he's holding a plastic cup. Got you. Best friends be like... Jim found a man unconscious in a dumpster. The police arrived first, and then an ambulance. The paramedic was about to pull the injured man out of the dumpster. The police showed him to the detective. They had to use a flashlight. The detective questioned Jim. He said, "Tom came to see me last night. We talked for a while, then he went home. About half an hour later, I went for a walk. Plus, I took out the trash. I threw out my trash, I looked in the dumpster, and saw Tom lying there. I called the police immediately." The detective knew that Jim had attacked Tom. How did the detective know? You got 12 seconds to figure it out. Jim said he saw Tom in the dumpster. It was pitch black inside the dumpster. The cops even had to use a flashlight. So how could Jim see him? At the museum. One night, a museum's power was cut off. The guards started patrolling the museum, looking for signs of trouble. The power came back on, and there was panic on the second floor. Some priceless historical documents were missing. The detective arrived at the scene and started the investigation immediately. There were only 3 people in the museum when the power was cut off. The chief guard said that when the power went out, he sent his guards to patrol the museum. Then he watched the security camera monitors. The first guard said he went to the east wing and started from the roof. The second guard said he was afraid of the dark, so he just went out onto the roof and sat there until the power came back on. Who should the detective arrest? And why? Your 12 seconds starts now. Don't be lazy, this one's pretty easy. The detective should arrest the chief guard. He couldn't have watched the security camera monitors. There was no electricity. The taxi driver. A man with a suitcase full of money was attacked on a street. The only witness? A taxi driver. The police interrogated him, and this is what he said. I got into my car, but the windows were icy, so I couldn't see much. Then, I heard screams, but I decided not to get out of the car. I was scared. Instead, I breathed on the glass, and I saw the attack. The police were suspicious. Why? You have 12 seconds to answer this question. Breathing on the glass won't help. Windows always freeze from the outside, not the inside. Unusual case. A detective was asked to investigate a case in an office. Sarah came to him and said that some creep had started messing with her department's employees. He follows them after work and throws paint on their faces. 5 women have already been injured. That paint can't be washed off. Johanna was the first victim. She said it was definitely a man who had a cap pulled down over his eyes. The girls didn't see his face, but he looked like a man. Then, Alice was attacked. Then Mary, then Emily. The detective questioned Sarah a bit more. She mentioned that there was some drama in their department. Some people were caught drinking during lunch break. Let's just say they didn't get a bonus this year. James, Robert, John, and Daniel. She also added the name of the last victim. It was Sarah. Suddenly, the detective knew who he should arrest. And you have 12 seconds to figure out who did it. It was James. The criminal had left his autograph. The first letters of the victim spells James. The diamond necklace. A detective was at his friend's anniversary party in a large mansion. The evening wasn't spoiled, even by the heavy rain. His friend gave his wife an expensive diamond necklace. When there were only a few guests left, the electricity was suddenly cut off. After about a minute, the guests heard a female scream, and seconds later, the light came back on. All the guests saw the hostess lying there unconscious. And her diamond necklace was gone. The detective told everyone to stay right where they were. He asked everyone just one question. What did you do when the power went out? Gardener Sean said he went to the toilet. Quentin said he was talking to Sarah, and Sarah said she was flirting with Quentin. When the power went out, Quentin hugged her. Julia said that she was walking around the backyard. Derek said he felt bad and slept through the whole party. He only woke up when he heard the scream. The detective knew that 2 people were involved in this crime, and he knew their names. Who are the criminals? You have 12 seconds to find the answer. Julia said she went for a walk, but look at her, and look at her umbrella. Completely dry. What a liar. Who's the second criminal? Tell me in the comments, and I'll pin the right answer.